Hello everyone, welcome back to Yield Today with Dallin Candland. I am excited to be back. I'm sorry it's been such a long time. This semester has been really exciting, but at the same time a little crazy, and we're finally getting in the swing of things, so I'm excited moving forward. Today's my mom's birthday, so I really wanted to talk about some of the lessons that she's helped me to learn in my life, and I hope that you guys will appreciate this and enjoy it, and that you'll learn something from it and be able to look at your life in a slightly better way, as my mom was able to do for me. And over time, that adds up. That adds up so big. Quick podcast news. So we got our first review on iTunes, and it was a 5-star. So thank you, wonderful person who did that. As far as the YouTube channel for this podcast goes, it is live, but it isn't ready. I've been doing a lot of research about it and not much action. So getting a lot of information, not much acting on it. But that's going to be my big project this weekend, is to figure all that stuff out. And let's hop into it. So the first thing my mom has really taught me, and there's a lot of things, but these are the 5 that I really wanted to talk about. First one is just, you do not judge somebody solely based on what they look like. Is the same thought that you cannot judge a book by its cover. My mom's shown me over and over again that every single person on this earth is worth being reached out to. Every single person needs to feel validated, needs to know that somebody cares about them. I can tell you of a number of times when we'd be driving to school and my mom would roll down the window and wave at a random person and just smile at them and say, "Hey, have a great day." And now I'm the kind of person that does that. It's crazy and it's cool. And there are so many awesome people that I've met on my mission trip and since my mission trip that I wouldn't have met and gotten to know so well if I hadn't done this thing that my mom taught me to do, is just, love everybody. It's a very cool thought, and it's also true. We're all children of God. In Jacob 2:21 in the Book of Mormon, I read this one a little bit ago. It says, among some other things, that one being is as precious in his sight, meaning God, as the other. That is just amazing to me, and my mom is such a good example of that, and helping people to see a better version of themselves. My mom is so good at just helping other people and just lifting them up in small and little ways. And she still does it, and it's always cool to see. That's the first thing. The second thing is just that people are more important than things, man. Like your car, your truck. For my case, I love my Audio Shocker headphones. I've been using them to do homework, and when I'm running, and while I'm jetting to school on my scooter, listening to some music, and it's just great. But people are much more valuable than that, and my mom's told me time and time again about this and helped me to see that. I remember I got scammed on Facebook Marketplace back in April. This guy was gonna sell me a microphone, and I gave him the $70 over Messenger, and I hope this will prevent somebody from doing something this stupid, but the guy was like, I totally fell for it. He's like, "Yeah, I'll totally send it to you, man. Don't worry." And then a couple days later, I'm like, "How's it going?" He's like, "Yeah, I sent it into the post office." I asked him the next time, he just cut it off. Since the messaging was based off of the transaction, he got what he wanted, and that was that. I still have this interesting thought that this guy one day will run into me and just give me money or something, and he's like, "I'm sorry, I scammed you." But if not, it's okay. And I am so thankful for that lesson, because it's something I can share with people. I'm sharing it right now, and it's a valuable piece of information. Is like, you need to know exactly what you're getting, and you need to remember that regardless of what you have, the people in your life are so much more valuable than the things you have in your life. When I felt like I had a lot of things, I wasn't really that happy, because you want to share those things with people. You want to make other people's lives better because of those things. Yeah, that's life, it's so awesome to be able to help out someone else. And it's so much better to be able to serve somebody than just play a video game by yourself, even though sometimes I still do that. But what's more fulfilling is definitely serving somebody. So I'm thankful for my mom for helping me to learn that. Third thing is just to come what may and love it, dude. Sometimes things will just happen. I remember I was working for Alder and I was driving home. It was a long day, just a good day though. And I turned and we were in this unfamiliar area because I was in different parts of North Carolina every day. And we just drove and I turned left. And I guess I didn't see it, but the road wasn't quite as wide as I thought it was. And I went into the grass, and there I am in this mud. And I just hit my hand on the steering wheel. And I was just like, what the heck? I was so upset. And then I was just like, well, I have two choices. I can just be sad and not acknowledge anything and just sort of be even more sad. Or I can act. And I'll go into another lesson I've learned from my mom. I can act and make this situation better. And even better than that, I can learn from this. And then I can take what I learned from this and apply it for later on. So what I did was, of course, I said a prayer. And I felt like God was listening to me. Then I called up my boss and I was like, yo. And he was on the highway, but he turned around and helped me out. And one of the most amazing things was all these people showed up. And I was at this spot that actually wasn't too out in the middle of nowhere. So this one lady stopped and she's like, I'm not going to leave until you leave. Like, I'm going to be here for you. I'm going to help you out. And the amount of love I felt from these people was amazing. And they just talked with me how I was doing. This one guy brought his giant truck and just pulled it out really fast and had a really good talk with those wonderful people. So I could have chosen to be upset, but I'm glad that I chose to have joy in that moment. There's a lot of things that my mom has, a lot of times that my mom has helped me to do this, to just come what may and love it. You know, you just gotta appreciate it, because today is the only today that you're going to have. Like September 26, 2019. Like, this is the only time this day is going to happen. So just got to make the most of it. Anyway, that's that one. I hope that's helpful. That's something that's just going to show through the podcast throughout its lifespan, I can assure you, because this is something that has really, really become a part of my life, is just seeing the good in things. And even when things don't go well, you can always be like, man, well, at least I can do this differently, and you just feel better. The fourth thing is that God is going to provide. He's going to make your life, he's going to make it all work out in the end. That's what she's told me over and over again. It's just that, you know, it's going to work out. She told me that in high school when I was beating myself up and I was just feeling really dumb and couldn't keep up with things. She's like, Dallin, one day you're going to look back on this and, you know, you're going to get through this. It's going to be okay. I love you. I'm going to help you out. You're really smart. Just, you don't need to beat yourself up all the time about this kind of thing. And she was hitting the nail right on the head. When I got back from my mission trip, I remember being like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do now. And I just kind of went with things and tried reaching out to people and doing my old YouTube channel and everything like that, and lots of scripture study and everything. And my mom was confident that I would be able to, you know, move on. I wasn't stuck. I wasn't going to be stuck at home the rest of my life. I was going to move on and leave. And I've been at college. This is my 4th semester of college now. It's been amazing. It's been great. And yeah, I've learned it over and over again since I got here. The Lord is going to provide a way for me to accomplish the thing that he wants me to accomplish. It talks about that in 1 Nephi 3:7 in the Book of Mormon. And there's also Proverbs 3:5 and 6. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart. Lean not into thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. So if I just acknowledge the Lord and that he cares, like, that will go a really long way. And it also influenced my choices too. You know, I'm not going to waste time, kind of going back to the video game example, I'm not going to waste time playing a bunch of video games. And let me say, like, I still love video games, but there's a point where it becomes just too much, especially if you're not doing it with somebody else or helping out in some way. Like, it's such a waste of time to just do that for a long time when I know the Lord wants to talk to me and I know he wants to help me out. And I need to just make that time for him. I need to pray, and I need to make him more of a priority. So yeah, he's going to provide. He's provided for me to get to this point, and he's provided wonderful roommates for me. He's provided me with an education up to this point. He's provided me with light in my life. He's going to continue to provide for me. That's something my mom's done. She paying the tithing that we pay in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, 10% of all you make. She's done that, and we've been okay. And the Lord's blessings have definitely been with us. And I've seen that as I've paid my own tithing now. So yeah, the Lord is definitely going to provide. The fifth thing is just that you are an agent, man. Like when you're on a mission, let's say you send somebody on a mission to go get some groceries or something. Like bam, they got the groceries. They're on their way back. Maybe they got into some stop signs. Maybe there was somebody who wasn't very kind to them or whatever in the driving life, but they made it back and they succeeded and they got you the potatoes or whatever from the grocery store. And so now you're good, things are good. So that's who you are, but you are not the potato. Okay. The potato just gets picked up and things are good for the potato. But the potato doesn't really do anything. The potato doesn't really experience any sense of fulfillment that I can think of. Maybe that's not a very strong analogy, but my mom has always been one to just advocate, go for it, just do it. Like Dallin, just experience it, go for it, just own it, enjoy it, make it happen. Or as my dad would say, make it so. Great example of this is when I was back in high school, my senior year, and I was in the DECA program, and there was this community competition, and I did okay at it. It was the composite score average between a test and a role play, and the role play didn't go super well, right? It was okay. I had to sell a record label to this lady, and she humored me. It went okay. I did at the proficient level for that. And then what happened after that was there was the opportunity to go to the state level, and I could do that. Yeah. It was $100 though. It was money, dude. Money I didn't really have. My mom's like, I will pay half if you pay half. I think you should do this. You know what happened? I came home a state finalist. It was crazy. I could not believe it. There was a lot of trusting in God and not deviating from my principles and inner compass to get me there. And there was a lot of hard work and focus needed. But we did it. I came home as state finalist, and I was very, very humbled and very, very thankful for my mom. I will always remember that and be so thankful for that she just believed in me and did that and made that investment, that $50, because that $50 has repeated itself hundreds and hundreds of times. And I will never forget how I felt at that conference, because there's all these people in business suits and just walking around. It was just cool. I felt like I was in my element. It just felt so cool, and you felt special. And more importantly, I came to really know more that God was aware of me and wanted me to succeed. And you won't always be coming home a state finalist, but you can still learn and grow and make a difference. And that's really more valuable in the long run, is the knowledge you get from things and the wisdom you get and then how you use it. So yeah, happy birthday, Mom. You are a wonderful example to me, and you've really gone the extra mile, and you've really taught me a lot of things that I really don't think I would have known any other way. I appreciate you continuing to reach out to me, regardless of how I've been doing. You reached out to me today on your birthday and said, hope you're having a great day. That's amazing. So thank you so much for that. I'm excited to announce, guys, that I will be releasing another podcast on Saturday talking about habits and how they are vehicles for our lives. Been thinking about that one for a long time. So we're going to be releasing that. I'm going to try to keep the podcast around 15 to 20 minutes for the time being and see how that goes. But yeah, things are working out, and I'm very thankful for each of you guys for listening, and hope you enjoyed. And yeah, let me know what you thought, and I would definitely appreciate that. Take care, everyone. Thank you for everything. Don't forget to yield and own the moment. I've been sharing the podcast a lot with people as I've run around on campus, and I feel good about it, like it's going to make a difference. And yeah, the YIELD acronym is powerful. I've experienced it a number of times, I'm excited for the Yield Roundup coming up in like 2 or 3 weeks where I can talk about some of the highlights. Yes, I envision love demonstrated, and I hope you do too. Own it. Go for it. Today is your day. Make it happen. Proverbs 16:3 says, commit thy works unto the Lord, and all thy thoughts shall be established. So if you really want to get something done today, ask for the Lord's help, and he'll give you the thoughts so you can do it. I know that's true, man. Just go for it. Own it. Yield today.